Tellico Village is a planned community located in Loudoun and Monroe Counties, Tennessee. It's a desirable, thriving community with high-quality amenities and services. The village is overseen by the Property Owners Association, Inc., POA, which is a nonprofit organization governed by a volunteer elected board of directors. The day-to-day management is vested in the POA Chief Executive Officer and staff. The POA board and staff are supported by a very active and knowledgeable committee infrastructure. Tellico Village Network is producing a series of videos on the various committees and the dedicated volunteers serving on them. Our segment today will focus on the Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee. Committee member Randy Vogel will discuss what influenced him to move to Tellico Village, how he came to be a member of the Parks and Recreation Committee, and a specific program he is overseeing. Let's meet Randy.
Hi, I'm Randy Vogel. I'm a professional ecologist and I'm a member of the Tellico Village Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee, which is composed of 7 very talented people to provide guidance, advice, and assist Simon Bradbury in all things that are related to the Parks and Recreation Department. The way to get involved in this is generally people are sought out for their specific expertise and are nominated, but you can self-nominate also. You have to submit an application, there are interviews held, and then recommendations go forth to the POA Board of Directors, and they actually make the appointments to the committee. I retired at the end of 2021, and my wife and I began to look for a place to relocate, and we discovered Tellico Village. And it's a wonderful jewel. I'm sure that most people that live here recognize the importance of the open space that we have here. And it's certainly one of the main reasons why my wife and I chose to relocate here. We have beautiful open space, and it's a tremendous treasure that we need to preserve and protect. One of the things that I noticed, though, because I'm an ecologist, is I began to visit the forest communities all around Tellico Village, and I began to notice that there are some components missing. In a healthy eastern forest, like we have here in Tellico Village, there should be 4 distinct layers in the forest. There should be an herbaceous layer, which means the ground layer. That's where your wildflowers exist. Then above that, there would be a shrub layer. Above that, subcanopy layer, which are the small trees like redbuds, dogwoods, hornbeams, things like that. And then, of course, the canopy, the mature trees. As I walked around the forest, I noticed that really there's very few wildflowers, and shrubs are limited also. I viewed that as an opportunity. It wasn't surprising. Most forests in this part of the state, and in fact in the eastern United States, have had some degree of disturbance. They've been logged multiple times. Quite often they've been grazed, and that is the situation that I'm sure we have here, is that the forests were actively grazed by cattle, and as that occurs over a period of years, the wildflowers begin to disappear. Without help, those wildflowers can't return because there's no seed source, there's no way for those to return. So I had a chance meeting with Simon Bradbury when I was out in the woods one day and found out that the Parks and Recreation Committee actually wanted to start a green space initiative, begin to look at how we can restore, how we can enhance, how we can improve, and how we can preserve this valuable resource that we have. And of course, it was tailor-made for me. That was something that I jumped on immediately. I was extremely excited about it. The committee has embraced it. The board has embraced it. Simon has money in the budget to do some restoration work. And a big shout out also to Timeless Tellico Foundation, because they're funding a portion of this project. What we will do ultimately is we're going to have an overall plan that's going to deal with restoration of the open space. But to get started, we wanted to go ahead and kickstart this and do some things right now. So we've actually gone out in the trails behind the Wellness Center and in the Coyote Loop Trail and establish some small patches that we've planted in seed for wildflowers. Some of those won't emerge this year. We probably won't see anything for a year, maybe 2 years. In order to manage expectations, I want people to also understand that we're not going to see forests full of wildflowers immediately. This is a work in progress, and we'll start with these small patches and then let Mother Nature take over in terms of moving those seeds around the way that she does. And I think what people that hike the trails will begin to see, though, is that in the coming years they'll be hiking and suddenly, have these epiphanies that, gee, I don't remember seeing these flowers before. I don't remember seeing this color before. So we've started the project even without having the plan in place, because we know at least the basics of what need to be done. And we also have some plant plugs coming, which are small plants that have already been started from seed and are in plugs, and we'll be doing some planting of those this spring also. There is going to be opportunity for public participation in this project. Maybe not this spring, but certainly in the future it's going to be an important part of the plan, because we want to get the public involved. We want them to understand what's going on, but to also enjoy and feel like they're making a difference, which they will be. So we're really excited about the Green Space Initiative and think that it has a tremendous potential to really help improve and restore our forest resources here in the village.
More information about all of the POA advisory committees and when they meet can be found on the members-only POA website under Governance. Thank you for watching Tellico Village Network, your lens on what's happening in and around Tellico Village.